Sheldon, if we can just sort of go over the situation here. When we talked yesterday, talked about, seeing Covey, how he was feeling, and you also talked about potentially getting Dougie in. Can you sort of elaborate on what the situation is with your defense here?
Yeah, Kovacevic got through the game feeling good. Medical team was happy too. We were able to keep his minutes at the threshold they wanted him to be at. So he feels good. He's going to go again today, but Dougie is going to go in, and we're going to take out Nemec, who similar situation, coming back from an injury, obviously not nearly as long, but still an injury that we want to manage on a back-to-back here. That in conjunction with the fact that Nemo's game in the first couple he's come back and played haven't been at the level he was at. So playing on a back-to-back we don't think sets him up for success and give us a chance to get Dougie back in, which is exactly what I told him a few days ago when I told him he was going to be coming out. It's just stay ready, and it could be as soon as it's back-to-back, and here we are.
One of the things you said the other day that kind of sticks out to me when we talk about Nemo and just the conversation you probably had with him today is you've seen a level of maturity in him. Is it easier to sort of talk to players about these types of decisions when you see that from a player, and why is that so valuable?
Well, it is important. It's part of their development. Like I've said it before with he and Luke, at times because of their abilities, you forget how young they are. But yeah, I had a good conversation, and meeting and video review with Nemo this morning and talked him through my thought process. He wants to play every day, as every player does, but we're finally healthy, for the most part here, and our back end has got options, and he's coming back to find his game. But I also give him the reassurance that he's going to go right back in after the game here tonight. So take the day, use it productively, and be better as we get home and get an off day and get back to playing again.
Now that you have, a little bit of revision of yesterday's game, taking that time, what did you see from your group in the third period that sort of changed the momentum?
It's hard to really say, other than when I watch it, is our execution really was poor in the third period. We had a hard time stringing together two consecutive passes. We had a couple rushes and shot opportunities early in the period, and missed the net on the opportunities, but save for that, I didn't think we executed at a very high level. I'm not sure we call it being tight or nervous or whatever the case is. The guys really want to find a way to win that game, but it wasn't the same level in terms of our offensive execution that we saw, particularly in the second period. So that was disappointing, but here we are again tonight, another chance to get at it.
Do you, you've coached in high-pressure places, and you know how things can erupt. So when everything happened with Dougie the other day, coupled with what you're going through, how hard was that to handle internally to not let it become the distraction?
Yeah, how hard is it? From my perspective, not overly hard, especially because I knew the conversation that I had with Doug, which was far different than what went out there publicly. It's just that I told Doug that he needed to stay ready. We're bringing him out, and Kovacevic was going to be coming in, and we wanted to keep Nemec in, and he had to stay ready just because of the nature of the back-to-back, and also just because he's here and a member of our team, and I sort of challenged him that when he went back in to play well and make it obvious that he should have never been the one to come out. So that was my message to him. Anything to the contrary would just be very false. So internally, it was a little bit easier to manage that way.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's hard feelings there, or do you think he's professional enough to just put this in the rear view mirror right now and just keep on going?
It's a challenging situation. There's a lot of it, I would say, that is outside of what we're doing here. That's more on between Fitzy and his agent and those kind of things. But it's my job to keep it internal and keep guys focused on the play here. I expect Dougie and any other player that has to come out of the lineup to be a good pro. This is professional hockey, and you get a chance to go. You're paid to play and perform, and that's what I expect him to do. I talked to him again today. Just go out and play and have fun with it. But at the same time, in the human element, that it does have some impact, and you got to be mindful of it. But at the same time, keep the focus on what matters when the puck drops.
I know you have a big game tonight, but obviously the Hughes brothers hoopla. It's unique too because they're all in the same hotel. But what do you expect? Is it? I know that you're dealing with something right now as a team, but is this the type of thing that actually could maybe be a good thing to sort of bring some joy.
Yeah, perhaps. That would be great. Our guys played well, against Quinn last year and out in Vancouver in particular stands out. I know his brothers get excited about it. So, yeah, it's a little something different. It comes here at a time when we need it, back-to-back, all these kind of things. Obviously we got to very much focus on our game. But, yeah, anything that brings a little extra life and juice to the whole thing is beneficial to us.
And obviously you played the Wild really well last time you played them as well. How have they changed?
Well, obviously, when you bring someone like Quinn in, he's going to change the dynamic because he plays so much, and then when he's out there, he controls the play so much. It's almost like a different type of game, one that sort of can be outside of systems or structure and all those kind of things because he's just so creative and controls things. So you got to manage that very well. Be aware. Try to take away his time and space, try to keep him outside the dots, and try to take away his options as best you can. But like any time you play against star players, the more time you spend with the puck yourself, the harder you can make it on them. So that will be a big part of our focus.
Jack played 27-plus minutes, not only the most since he came back, but most all year. Obviously, you saw something. It looked dynamic, like he was more like Jack Hughes than we've seen since he's come back. What were your observations?
I thought he was really good with the puck. Obviously, he had a couple great plays that helped create goals for us. I think he's been good like that for a while here now, and I think he's just getting more confident and comfortable with his situation. Like all of our guys, I think there's some things away from the puck that are always going to be, that we got to stay on Jack on. But in terms of creating offense and doing things for us, he was great and he was hungry. And I know like when he's really feeling it, he wants to be out there. And obviously we're trying to score at the end of the game, and the minutes are going to go way up. But I think offensively he's obviously like we just talked about with Quinn on defense. When Jack's out there for us on forward, he's controlling things, and I think for the last few games he's been doing that well.